the emergence of the Chinese.
Good afternoon, you're watching Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood, on a day that Rahul Gandhi has continued with his vote chori charges. This show is about not only the headlines but the meaning behind them. So let's get started with our top stories. Latest in Rahul Gandhi's voters list row charge. Rahul Gandhi alleges mass deletion of voters in Congress strongholds, claims fake logins and applications in Karnataka, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. The BJP hits back. Police on the hunt for 3 more accused in the Disha Patani house firing case. NDTV accesses video of the absconding accused. Politics erupts over film screening on Prime Minister Modi in schools. Government orders schools to screen the film on the 2nd of October. Congress calls it a big insult to Bapu. Kerala High Court flags discrepancies in Sabrimala gold theft. Gold plating allegedly moved from idols. High Court orders vigilance probe. After Stephen Colbert, now Jimmy Kimmel's late night show being taken off air. Trump goes after talk show hosts, calls for Jimmy Fallon and mayor's shows also to be taken down. A big story of the hour. 2 men accused of opening fire at the Bareilly residence of Bollywood actor Disha Patani were killed following a police encounter in Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. The two were linked to a prominent transnational criminal gang. The case stems from a shooting that took place in the early hours of the 12th of September, where gunshots were fired at actor Patni's ancestral home in Bareilly civil lines area. Police said the firing occurred at about 3:45 in the morning, startling the quiet residential neighborhood. The residence is occupied by the actor's family. Present at the time of the shooting were Patni's father, retired Deputy Superintendent of Police Jagdish Singh Patni, her mother and the elder sister Khushbu Patni. Now, shortly after the incident, gangster Goldy Brar, a Canada-based criminal with extensive links to organized networks, claimed responsibility through a social media post. I want to start with the CCTV footage to explain to you why we're showing it to you, because it has crucial evidence here. You have those 4 assailants, the 4 shooters on 2 bikes, a white colored bike and a black colored bike at a petrol pump. What we've been told is that these 4 shooters were at the petrol pump on the day of the recce that took place 1 day before the shooting outside Disha Patani's house. Crucial evidence there that the police are using to track the other 3 shooters who are still on the run. Shubham Singh Thakur now joins me live from Ghaziabad. That's where the encounter took place. Shubham, just take us through the latest. It was after piecing of a lot of evidence, CCTV footage, that the police managed to nab the 2 shooters that then led to the encounter.
Well, Vedika, absolutely. 2 active members of Rohit Godara and Goldy Brar gang had, been yesterday, in fact, killed after an encounter with UP STF, Delhi police and also Haryana STF in a joint operation at the Ghaziabad's Tronika city. Well, we are getting the information. Yesterday, in fact, they got a tip. The police got a tip about the 2 of the accused who were involved in firing outside Disha Patani's house in Bareilly.
Stay with me. I believe we have ADG of Law and Order, Mr. Amitabh Yash, on the phone line with us. Mr. Yash, thank you for speaking to NDTV 24/7. I have quite a few questions for you, so do be patient with us. Firstly, I want to know, how did you track down these 2 shooters? Give us the details. We believe a lot of CCTV footage was collated. It took a while, but you got there.
On the 12th of September at 3:45, at the crack of dawn, this shooting had taken place. It was a challenge for us because such an incident had not taken place in UP for quite a while, and we pride ourselves for being absolutely having a practice of zero tolerance towards crime. We took it as a challenge, and the CM also gave us strict instructions to take this gang to task and bring them to justice. We did a lot of intelligence collection on the ground. The CCTV footages of all the routes that led to the place were collected. We got in touch with police in the neighboring states. We went through their crime records, and there was also a lot of technical surveillance input that was put in. This led to the identification of the two shooters. And one of them had a good criminal record in Haryana, and then his photograph was also available. Yesterday, on 17th of September, in the evening, a joint team of CI Unit Delhi Police and UP STF, they managed to surround this group of two, which had done the actual shooting. There are other people in the gang who, so two of them had done a recce. I'm sure many others would be involved, as it is well-organized, well-oiled gang. The main perpetrators sit abroad. Goldy Brar is in Canada. Rohit Godara is probably in Portugal. The guy who was operating this module is Lupin Nehra. He is also probably in Portugal. So we are trying to break the nexus here in India so that they are unable to do anything of this sort again.
So what about the two that are on the loose? We believe 5 came to Bareilly, 1 was unwell, and correct me if I'm wrong there, but there were 4 on the ground. What can you tell us about the hunt going on for the other shooters?
We have identified 2 more who had done the recce, and we are very sure that we'll be able to get them very soon. Not only those 2 that we have identified, we'll try to get the entire network and bring them to justice.
And what was the reason for the shooting at Disha Patani's house, sir?
Such shootings are generally done to create terror among the public so that the extortion network of these gangs become stronger. They were probably trying to spread their wings into UP, but I am sure that we have managed to clip them before they did it. So I am also sure that they will not try to test our zero tolerance policy again in the near future.
Before you go, have you had a word with the actor herself after the incident and after the encounter? Is she shaken? Can you tell us more about that conversation? Is she now rest assured that her family is safe?
No, I have not had a word with the actor, but the father of the actor, who used to be a part of the UP police not very long ago, has spoken to us and has expressed confidence in our action. He has also spoken on the social media, expressed his gratitude.
All right, Mr. Yash, thank you for joining us on the phone line. There's some key facts being mentioned by the senior police official there, that 2 of the 4 have been nabbed. The 2 others, the hunt is on for them, and they tracked them down with the help of technical surveillance and CCTV footage. I also want to take you through now how this entire incident has unfolded, the inside track really. Now what we know is a gangster Brar sent 5 shooters to Bareilly through their handler. And then after that, these 5 gangsters got to Bareilly. The shooters were staying at the Punjab Hotel in Bareilly, after which they carried out a recce in the area. We're being told the recce was carried out on the 11th of September. The footage that I showed you right at the beginning of the show of them being at the petrol pump is while they were carrying out the recce outside Patani's home. Now, shots were fired on the 12th of September outside Patani's house, and those shots were fired by a shooter called Ravindra. Ravindra was killed even in the encounter. We believe 25 to 30 shots were fired at Patani's residence that day. Then CCTV footage was analyzed, like the senior police official just told us. 2 shooters were tracked down, after which Ravindra and Arun were killed in an encounter, and they were declared dead in a hospital. So that's how it all unfolded, and of course has been confirmed by the police once again that Goldy Brar, the gangster who's in Canada, is behind this shooting at Disha Patani's home, and the reason for it is to create fear and terror among the family members there and across Uttar Pradesh. Breaking news now coming in. All right, the Election Commission sources have reacted to Rahul Gandhi's latest actions. An FIR was filed by the Election Commission itself, is what sources are telling us, in the case Rahul is referring to. Prashant now joins us live. Prashant, what are your sources within the Election Commission stating? It seems that they're saying that this is an old case and we had already flagged it. Give us the details.
Yes, that's right. Rahul Gandhi, finished his press conference. We checked with our AC sources and we wanted to know more about this case that Rahul Gandhi is referring to. We just got one-line reply from our EC sources, and that is that the case that Rahul Gandhi is referring to, FIR has already been filed in this case at the instance of Election Commission itself, and since the FIR has been filed, the investigation has been going on. So this is the one-line reply that we have got so far from the Election Commission. We don't know more about this case. Election Commission, I've been told that the Election Commission is likely to issue a detailed press release today itself, where they will have the complete, reply to what Rahul Gandhi has claimed in his press conference. But so far, EC has just given us one-line reply saying that the case that Rahul Gandhi is referring to, FIR has been filed by the Election Commission itself, and the investigation has been on.
Prashant, Rahul Gandhi says the quote-unquote hydrogen bomb is yet to be dropped. So there's this persistent attack on the Election Commission. What are your sources telling you on the strategy ahead by the Election Commission when it comes to Rahul Gandhi's charges against them?
Well, last time when Rahul Gandhi held the press conference, I believe only after 10 days or something, Chief Election Commissioner Ganesh Kumar had his press conference in which he answered many of the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi. So Election Commission sources are saying that as and when Rahul Gandhi comes out with what he claims is his hydrogen bomb or whatever he says, he comes out with his documents, then only Election Commission will be able to answer those questions. They can't judge what Rahul Gandhi is saying. But they are saying that if Rahul Gandhi says something which needs to be rectified, they will rectify it. But so far, according to Election Commission sources, Rahul Gandhi has not given anything which Election Commission might not be knowing. Like the Election Commission says that in this case, FIR was filed by Election Commission itself. So the Election Commission will wait and watch as to what Rahul Gandhi comes out with, and then only Election Commission will be able to reply.
All right, Prashant, we'll keep coming back to you for more, but the Election Commission source there telling Prashant that in terms of a response to what Rahul Gandhi's charges are, it's an old case, and we, in fact, are the ones who had flagged it much earlier. Staying with the story, stepping up his offensive against the Election Commission of India, senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has alleged the mass deletion of votes and voters from Congress strongholds in Karnataka during the 2023 Assembly election. These voter IDs, he alleges, were deleted using fake logins and phone numbers from outside the state. He also alleged that this voter deletion was being executed not by individuals, but with the use of software.
I am not going to say anything on this stage that is not backed up by 100% proof. I am somebody who loves my country. I love my constitution. I love the democratic process, and I am protecting that process. And so I'm not going to say anything here that is not going to be based on 100% proof that you can determine. The filing was done automatically using software. We will show you that. Mobile numbers from outside Karnataka, from different states, and you can see on the map, from different states were used to delete numbers in Aland. And it was done targeting Congress voters. So this was not random. We will show you again that these deletions were specifically targeting booths where the Congress party was winning. The Election Commission of India knows who is doing this. And I want every single youngster in India to know that they are attacking this, and this is your future. When they are not giving this information, they are defending the murderers of our democracy. And it is important that every youngster knows this. Your jobs, your future, your aspirations all come from this instrument.
So Rahul Gandhi says the hydrogen bomb will come soon, but today let's just take you through the fresh charges made by the senior Congress leader. Rahul Gandhi has said there's a mass deletion of voters in Congress strongholds. He had referred to Karnataka first up during his press conference. Then he goes on to say after that fake logins are used to delete voters as well. That's the second charge being made by the Congress leader. The third charge made is that the same serial numbers are being used for many applicants. The fourth charge here is voter deletion is happening through a centralized software. And then he goes on to say that the Karnataka CID has sought OTP details from the Election Commission 18 times at least. And in Aland in Karnataka, at least more than 6,000 votes have been deleted. These are all the charges being made by the senior Congress leader during that press conference, much delayed press conference that just took place some time back. And here's how the BJP is responding to those charges.
राहुल गांधी संविधान समझते हैं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट गए ना, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सब दिशा निर्देश किया ना, कोई स्टे किया क्या? न कानून समझते हैं, न सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को समझते हैं, खाली संविधान किए रहते हैं। मोटी बात बहुत साफ है, राहुल गांधी को वोट नहीं मिलता तो हम क्या करें? और उनके इस लक्षण से और इस आचरण से, जिस तरह की वो बदजुबानी करते हैं, जिस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री विपक्ष पर हमले करते हैं, देश उनको कभी नहीं वोट देगा। मैं एक ही बात कहूंगा कि वो विपक्ष के नेता हैं, अपनी क्षमता से हैं कि परिवार के कारण है, लोग देश जानता है, लेकिन जब आप विपक्ष के नेता हैं तो कुछ तो संस्कारित बनिए।
Vasudha now joins me live from the newsroom. Vasudha, we've spoken about what the BJP is saying. We have spoken about what the Congress obviously has said and the sources from the Election Commission. Now, can you just do a big takeaway from this press conference for us? Why it is significant, if it is significant at all?
That's right, Vedika. In fact, this is the first time that Rahul Gandhi has alleged that it's not individuals who are driving mass voter deletion or the alleged mass voter deletion. It's an app that's doing it. In fact, inferring that it is actually the Election Commission that's behind this mass deletion of voters, which is also being done at a comprehensive levels using numbers from across the country and also using an app. And, you know, all these deletions are happening at weird hours, including 4 a.m. in the morning. Rahul Gandhi has made this, made this very important and very serious charge against the Election Commission that it is this force that has led to mass deletions. In fact, he has cited the examples of 2 constituencies, Rajoura and Maharashtra, by saying that mass additions are happening. And with respect to Aland in Karnataka, Aland is part of the Kalaburgi district, and this is not a very new controversy, because even in 2023, 2018, the Congress party has raised these allegations. Now, we are just talking about 6,000 votes that got 6,000 applications that were filed seeking the deletion of votes, and Rahul Gandhi makes this important charge that these deletions were made at the behest of a force, and in fact the people who asked for deletion of votes also didn't know that they asked for it, and people whose votes got deleted also did not know that their votes got deleted. So he also brought those people to share what they want to feel, and this is not the hydrogen bomb that we've been waiting for. He said that this is basically laying the foundation for that which is to come in the next few days.
Vasudha, thanks for joining us live. That, of course, will be a big story all day here on NDTV 24/7. Staying with politics, a political row has erupted over the Education Ministry directing CBSE, KV and Navodaya schools to screen Chalo Jeete Hai, a national award-winning film based on the principles promoted by Swami Vivekanand and inspired by childhood incidents of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's life. The Education Ministry circular has caused an uproar as it directs schools to screen the film from the 17th of September, marking the Prime Minister's birthday, up until the 2nd of October, which is Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary. While the official press release stated that the initiative is aimed at reinforcing values of selflessness, empathy and duty to the nation, the opposition Congress has strongly criticized the move and called it an insult to Mahatma Gandhi.
nation being insulted officially by the education minister. BJP psychophants can keep on saying anything, but one thing is very clear. This is a beginning which is going to have a wrong kind of methodology in imposing propaganda, PR stories in the education system, and this is going to damage India's education system for a long time, and everywhere this is going to be spread like this. Means when a prime minister who has lost his majority from 303 has been reduced to 240 because of vote chori as being the prime minister, this story should also be told. When that truth will be told. This government is a vote chori government which has managed seats by wrongdoing. Election Commission is just on their side for this vote chori. That story should also be told. Why you are dragging Mahatma Gandhi's birthday also on this kind of things for propaganda? And small kids are being told wrong stories, and BJP will always say like this because they wanted to spread wrong stories to the young kids. History will not forgive them for this kind of things. India is watching. India will punish them. Already they had punished in 2024, and they had managed through vote chori this government, and people will surely punish it in the coming days also.
Pradeep Bhandari, if you would like to respond to that, and of course also the Congress party is saying this is not education, but this is a personality cult.
Priyanka Vadra and Sonia Gandhi, who have looted this country from the last 70 years, and the two chores which are sitting in the parliament should not, speak about anything to do with chori. I will come to basic facts. Is it true or not that the Prime Minister of this country, without any background in politics, without any Parivarvadi in his family, has become the most popular leader? His story inspires the young generation to know that struggle and confidence and belief in merit will take you far. The Congress party is bound to oppose it. The Congress has also opposed the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. The Congress has also opposed Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. So the Congress party has also opposed Sardar Patel. So Congress party believes that the freedom started with Nehru Gandhi family and ended with Nehru Gandhi family.
Aishwarya now joining me live on that big controversy. Aishwarya, just take us through why this is turning into a political row between the Congress and the BJP.
Well, the Congress sitting out at the Bharatiya Janata Party-led government stating that this is a propaganda that Bharatiya Janata Party wants to spread. In fact, the Congress party went on to say that this would lead to such kind of steps that the centre is taking. Now every chief minister will follow this and will showcase such movies in schools and colleges, which perhaps would set a wrong precedent. The Congress party believes that on October 2nd, when it's Mahatma Gandhi's Jayanti, it should be Mahatma Gandhi's ideas, his ideology, his struggles, and how Mahatma Gandhi forced Britishers to quit India. That all should be showcased to the students and kids, not the Prime Minister's childhood memories, but it is a contrast to what Bharatiya Janata Party has been saying, that it is just not for October 2nd. It's a week-long screening that is happening. In 2018, the movie was released, and it is re-releasing again. So it's a leader who had no political background and who had stood to the ranks of the Prime Minister and gave several important decisions to the country. If any student want to see such an inspirational movie in schools, then what's wrong in that? But of course, a political slugfest has begun as far as Congress clearly attacking this move of the government.
Aishwarya, thanks for joining me on that story. All right, now it's time to take you through what else is lined up in our Day Ahead segment. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is in Bihar on a two-day visit, during which he will focus on BJP's strategy for the upcoming crucial assembly elections and also interact with BJP workers, while RJD leader and former Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav has launched the Bihar Adhikar Yatra, terming it a fight against unemployment, inflation and atrocities against women. Interestingly, both Amit Shah and Tejasvi Yadav will be in Begusarai today. Kamal Hassan is set to begin consultations with the Tamil Nadu Puducherry functionaries on the 2026 state elections. This will be a 4-day program in Chennai. And that's the one I'm interested in. Neeraj Chopra has qualified for Thursday's World Athletics Championship for the men's javelin final in Tokyo. All eyes will be on this big game. Breaking news coming in. Raj Kundra Shilpa Shetty embezzlement case expands. According to sources, notices will be sent to well-known personalities like actor Bipasha Kapoor, Neha Dhupia, and producer-director Ekta Kapoor. They will be asked to explain how much money they received from Best Deal TV and how the money was dispersed. Paris joins me on the phone line. Paris, the net widening there. Give us more details on this breaking news.
Yes, in this alleged 50 crore fraud case involving Shilpa Shetty and her husband Raj Kundra, the investigation agency is set to take a new and important step. According to the EOW sources, well-known celebrities such as Bipasha Basu, Neha Dhupia and producer-director Ekta Kapoor will soon be sent a letter. They will be asked how much money they received for Best Deal TV and in what manner the payment was made. I just want to clarify this. These celebrities were associated with the Best Deal for the promotion of the activities which was done on the show of Best Deal. The investing team believes that the company paid several celebrities for branding and promotion purpose. Now it is important to examine the mode of payment, whether there was any irregularities. According to the sources, the case is being probed in detail with a special focus on the cash flow. It is alleged that the company funds were misused, so every transaction is being checked. As a part of the EOW has also shot the show and the promotional videos aired on the Best Deal TV in which celebrities participate. However, Raj Kundra has stated that all CDs and hard drives were already seized by the crime branch property cell during the investigation into the pornography. Therefore, he does not currently have such material. The EOW is now preparing to obtain the material from the crime branch to take the investigation forward.
All right, Paris, thanks for those details. That's the breaking news we have for you at this moment. Let's take a look at the top stories from the South now. The Kerala High Court ordered a vigilance probe into the reduction in weight of the gold-cladded copper plates of the Dwarpalaka idols at the Sabrimala temple and directed the Travancore Devasom Board, the TDP, which administers the shrine, to cooperate with the investigation. A bench of judges noted that according to the records regarding the gold-cladded copper sheets of the idols, when they were last removed in 2019 for fresh gold plating, they weighed 42.8 kgs. However, when they were produced before the company entrusted to carry out the gold plating, their weight was 38.25 kgs. Uma Sudhir, Executive Editor South, now joins me. Uma, that's a huge loss in gold when it comes to the gold plating we're talking about. Take us through the latest in this case. This is a cause for concern.
So the Kerala High Court, as you mentioned, has ordered that the vigilance and security officer should actually conduct a probe into why this differential in the weight happened. There is one other issue as well. How was the plating taken out, the electroplating taken out without due permissions from the concerned authorities, which would include in this particular case the commissioner, whose okay is supposed to be got formally before it can be moved from there. What we understand is that a devotee was going to be sponsoring the electroplating, and the temple authorities had felt that because of the wear and tear of the gold plating of the Dwarkapala, which is in fact the idols which are there at the entrance to the Sabarimala Sanctorum, that is the one that we are talking about, and what we are being told is that the Tantri's permission had been taken for the electroplating, but now the differential in the weight and why the procedures were not followed, who was involved in taking all the permissions, and what are the records in the previous times when the plating was taken out. The entire issue is now being going to be probed by the vigilance and security officer. Back to you.
Uma, thanks for joining me live. They're staying with Kerala. The state has confirmed 71 brain-eating amoeba cases, 19 deaths so far this year. A new case of amoebic meningoencephalitis A rare but often fatal brain infection has been reported in the state of Kerala, with a 17-year-old boy in Thiruvananthapuram confirmed to have contracted the infection. Kerala health authorities are on high alert after at least 19 people died this year from primary amoebic meningoencephalitis known as SPAM, a rare and often fatal infection caused by the so-called brain-eating amoeba. State Health Minister Veena George said there is no evidence of clusters linked to a single water source. All right, so now let's just take you through what the Kerala government's advisory on this is. They're first saying avoid swimming or bathing in stagnant or unclean water bodies. That's the first note of caution that they have issued. Ensure swimming pools are adequately chlorinated is the second part of the advisory. Use clean, treated water for nasal rinsing, cleansing, and also keep home water storage tanks clean and disinfected. This is an issue which is extremely critical. A lot of people have questions on this, especially because it has again emerged from the state of Kerala. So we have with us Dr. Rahul Chawla. He's a neurologist at IVS Hospital, Delhi. Dr. Chawla, thanks for joining us live this afternoon. I have quite a few questions for you, a lot of them from our viewers. So let's just get started by asking you, can you explain in simple terms what this brain-eating amoeba is?
So brain-eating amoeba is an CNS infection which is caused by a particular variant of amoeba, that is Naegleria fowleri. It's found very rarely, and I think not more than 1,000 cases are reported worldwide. The case fatality rate of this infection is very high. It's like 90 to 95%. That means if out of 100, only 5 to 10% of people can survive this infection if treated timely with adequate ICU protocol. The problem with this infection is that it is usually found in stagnant sources of water and mainly in the tropical and subtropical environment. That is why it's flourishing in Kerala. And it is not transmitted via drinking. It's not transmitted through fecal-oral route. It is transmitted whenever we do swimming, whenever we get inside the water body and the water gets inside our nose, and from the nose it enters the brain. And
this is not passed person to person then?
No, there is no human transmission. It cannot transfer from one person to the other person. That's a very good thing. Otherwise, it could have been very fatal and it could lead to an epidemic, which is not the case.
So why is it being reported in Kerala now, doctor? Are there specific environmental factors at play that lead to this disease?
Yeah, so this amoeba usually grows in stagnant water in tropical and subtropical environments. So there has to be a warm environment with humidity. So that is why it's flourishing in Kerala. Also, in swimming pools, it can be found if the swimming pool is not properly, chlorinated or it's not properly decontaminated. Otherwise, it's not transmitted through just like drinking water. Only if you are swimming or you are into the water body that enters your nose and then causes serious CNS infection that can be really fatal.
Dr. Chawla, who is most at risk of contracting this infection?
Actually, anyone who is immunocompromised will have more chances of getting this infection, and also anyone who is getting inside the water body, either for swimming or for any work-related job the person is getting into that stagnant water body, even for cleaning purposes, they can get infected. So usually there are more cases of this infection being reported in men than the women, mainly the men of the working age group or children who are going into swimming into freshwater bodies. So more cases of these populations are being reported.
That's interesting. And can you tell us what are the early symptoms that people should watch out for?
So usually it presents like
All right, there seems to be a problem there with Dr. Chawla's line, but we'll try and reconnect with him there. Some important facts by Dr. Chawla there on what this PAM disease is all about. Remember, it's something that goes through the nose into your body and leads to the infection. Two important points being made by him out there. The first, that this cannot be transferred from person to person. It's not contagious from body to body. It goes through the nose and that's how it hits the brain. And secondly, he goes on to say that men are more at risk than women when it comes to this. Also, what's important to note here, it's in stagnant water that this disease passes through. All right, slipping to a short break. On the other side, we return with news on why Jimmy Kimmel has been taken off air And we also tell you all about Aryan Khan's directorial debut and the premiere of Bads of Bollywood.
Well, we're on an incredible piece of Indian engineering. Shiv and I are absolutely privileged to be here with Larsen & Toubro in Hazira near Surat. This is a tank. It's called the Zorawar. It takes the battle to the Chinese in altitudes upwards of 15,000 feet.
You know, Vishnu, it's actually incredible that for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, a country didn't know until it had another war on its hands that it needed a tank like the Zorawar.
No, you're
that's
quite
the kind of tank we're sitting on.
You're absolutely right. Now, India does have a history of light tanks.
Yeah.
We've had the Sherman tank, pushed up the Zojila Pass in 1948. We've had the AMX light tank. We've had the PT-76, but they weren't Indian.
Yeah.
This is an Indian tank for a new modern Indian requirement, and it stands out as the best tank of its class, possibly in the world.
There are tanks like the T-15, which the Chinese deployed in Ladakh during the standoff. There is the Sprut, which is a Russian tank, which the Russians have been offering us, hoping that India will buy it along with all the other Russian weapons. But the Indian Army and the Indian government took a decision that this was a requirement that needed to be met here in India. And that's the reason why, we use the phrase mission mode, Vishnu, which is building a weapon system like the Zorawar in response to a live threat or a live combat situation, which is what Eastern Ladakh really is. And that's the reason why Vishnu and I sitting here on the Zorawar means so much, Vishnu. This is the actual tank that was there in the mountains.
And this was a tank which was designed and developed and prototyped and rolled out in 21 months. This has already done trials quite successfully by LNG, not yet user trials, up in Ladakh, out in the desert as well. They are fixing it to make it even better, and very soon it's going to be handed over to the Indian Army to put it through some incredibly rigorous trials, because acquisition of these tanks in very large numbers takes place only once that's done.
Well, let's just talk a little bit about why mountain tanks are necessary, Vishnu. You know, in places like Ladakh, where you've got very steep slopes, access is difficult. The closest a tank can get to a roadhead can be many hundreds of meters because of snow, etc. How does a tank like this really help? And what is it like fighting in those altitudes?
A tank like this is crucial and is better in many senses than the existing tank we have, because it's got a very high power to weight ratio and it's light. It weighs approximately 25 tons. You know, the main battle tanks of the class of the T-90 are more than twice the weight of this tank. And in the rarefied atmosphere of Ladakh, in temperatures which go down to minus 30, minus 35, you need a light tank with a very high power to weight ratio to be able to operate. Forget about the gun for a moment, forget about the systems. If you don't have mobility, then you're nothing. And this tank is much more mobile at those altitudes than what we operate with.
So you've got a main gun, you've got this weapon over here, you've got missiles housed in that canister over there. So this is a hugely armed light tank. It's not just built for mobility, it's built to really deliver a punch and really deliver hurt to any adversary that comes anywhere within range of it. It has an incredible suite of electronics, targeting systems. There's crew comfort that's been built into the Zorawar.
We see the problems, but you as a social entrepreneur see the solutions. You are not just creating solution, you are creating a future where...
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
Congress senior leader Rahul Gandhi alleges mass deletion of voters in Congress strongholds, claims fake logins and applications in Karnataka, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. the BJP hits back. Police on the hunt for 3 more accused in the Disha Patani house firing case. 2 killed in an encounter. NDTV accesses video of the absconding accused. Politics erupts over film screening of Prime Minister Modi in schools. Government orders schools to screen the film till the 2nd of October. Congress calls it a big insult to Mahatma Gandhi. Kerala High Court flags discrepancies in Sabrimala gold theft. Gold plating allegedly moved from idols. High Court orders vigilance probe. News is coming in. JDS leader ADG Kumaraswamy has slammed the Karnataka government over Bengaluru's pothole crisis. In a scathing attack, the JDS leader Kumaraswamy declared that Bengaluru's once glorious brand Bengaluru has suffered a severe blow, transforming the Silicon Valley into the infamous city of potholes. Ritu now joins me on the phone line. Ritu, the heat is building on the Karnataka government to take action. They've promised it, but the situation on the ground remains grim. So many complaints coming every day, and now this is becoming even a bigger political row.
Well, as you rightly pointed out, you see, we have been seeing how the war of words in the Karnataka is getting escalated over the civic infrastructure in the city. Wherein now you have the union minister itself, H.D. Kumaraswamy, coming out and lashing out at this government, specifically again Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah as well as Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar. He has now gone on to say that it's a tragic that the Bengaluru is now gaining infamy as the city of potholes. So all that he's also trying to highlight that what is it the BBMP doing, swallowing the taxpayers' money while doing nothing really on the ground, because there's no reflection that's been seen for the public gain on the road. So that's something that is very clearly being highlighted by him, but needs to be seen whether we will see some sort of a protest by the BJP or for that matter by the JDS leaders as well. Because remember, every time there has been a civic-related matter, we have seen the leaders basically getting onto the streets and asking this out for the public.
Ritu, thanks for joining me there. Ritu had filed a ground report. Before I go to that, let's just bring you this NDTV impact as well. The Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister Sivakumar has set a deadline of November for contractors to fill potholes across Bengaluru following mounting criticism over the city's deteriorating road conditions and civic infrastructure. The Deputy Chief Minister has directed officials to ensure the quality work of these potholes and repairing roads in the city. This after downplaying this same yesterday by saying that it's work in progress, is what Shivakumar had said earlier.
Bengaluru, India's IT hub, is grappling with the pothole menace. So severe that many startup companies here in the IT city are considering to shift their base into different cities. Well, from the IT city itself, that one of the co-founder of the logistic tech platform, the company identified as Blackbug, has come out and he has raised his concerns on the social media platform, saying that how that it has become so difficult for his employees to commute on the outer ring road to reach the office. It takes almost more than 1.5 hours is what has been stated by this co-founder identified as Rajesh Yabaji. So yes, come, let's get on the wheels to find this all out. Well, so we are starting from the Trinity Circle towards the outer ring road. Now let's see what the Google says and how does the real story really looks like on the road. So here I've just put the location where we are heading towards the outer ring road. It says 54 minutes, 12 kilometers. Now let me also do one more thing. Simultaneously start the recorder as well from this particular location to the outer ring road to show you the real difference of what the Google says and how does the real life really in the IT city looks like for the many. Let me also show you, you see when we showed you the Google prediction, it showed us on the starting point that it would take us approximately 54 minutes to reach our exact point. Well, we are yet to reach our exact point. We are almost 6 kilometers away from that spot. And you see here, it's already 54 minutes for us. And also that on the outer ring road that you can see, this is a huge problem that the people face here because of the huge traffic congestion, the poor road conditions. All this really poses the challenges to them. Now one can imagine how does that really normal life becomes difficult for the public here, because one have to travel to the work in the morning, students have to go to their colleges, schools as well, and this is how their lives really becomes difficult in the morning as well as in the evening.
From travel to office here, it's been minimum 1.5 hour for 6 kilometer stretch. It's been really hectic. We don't have any alternate actually, waiting for the metro to get over. They should plan it better actually, traffic. It's been very difficult for all of us. Even small babies, everybody are traveling in this traffic. It's been very difficult.
It is a very difficult thing what we are facing up because, I have left it from my showroom by an hour and a half. So we have just covered around like maybe 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers. And it is a very huge thing that we cannot commit to certain clients and we are losing our cases off. It is a very hard thing that we are facing up here. So hopefully something will happen by this government to clear these things out.
It's really pathetic, like commuting from one stretch to another. Basically, if somebody is coming from Hebal or so it takes like 1.5 or 2 hours to reach this place. And the roads are literally, pathetic.
Actually, I come from Electron City, so like Hebgodi, it's nearby Electron City. The major challenge which I face coming here is like, as you know, the traffic part. And during the rainy time, that the drainage and all will be like too much of problem. So that is the major problem that I will be facing, and because of that I have to come from the inside of the villages and all. So in that way, like bike condition will also not be good. And that is a major problem we'll be having.
Well, the Google might have promised us 54 minutes, but our wheels kept on rolling for almost more than 1 hour 37 minutes on this stretch to reach this particular spot. Now, this is where that the startup companies are located, many of that on this particular stretch, where we are getting to see a lot of concerns being raised on the social media platforms, that it is also the poor road conditions, the huge traffic as well. Now, this is how it really looks like. This is the reality check that we are doing for you. You can see the huge traffic here. You can see a lot of that. The patchworks are on. You can see the road condition as well. Going forward, there are also a lot of potholes as well. You see the school buses here. The students have to again wait for a longer time and spend a lot of their time on for a travel itself. In fact, now this is a high time, which makes it very clear that even the algorithms cannot outsmart the Bengaluru's traffic and the poor road conditions. Well, the state government and the civic body will have to come together to find a real-time solution. With video journalist Kumar, Ritu for NDTV.
Breaking news from the south, the Dasra Rao has now reached the top court, the Supreme Court. A plea has been filed in the Supreme Court against Karnataka government's decision to invite Booker Prize winning author Banu Mushtaq for the Mysuru Dasra festival. The petition opposes that invite. The big international story of this hour, ABC has pulled late-night host Jimmy Kimmel off air indefinitely over comments he made about the shooting of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk. The network, which Disney owns, announced on Wednesday night that it would remove Kimmel's show from its schedule for the foreseeable future. Indefinitely is what they said. Donald Trump later called the move great news for America, quote-unquote, and congratulated ABC for its courage in a social media post. He also went on to say that other stand-up comedians with these shows should also be removed at some point.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
We were just about to walk in. Interestingly enough, they waited to pull the plug on this right as the studio audience was about to walk in. It wasn't like this morning or last night. They waited for everyone to come into work today, They didn't tell us what had happened. They just said that the show was canceled. Initially, my concern was, I hope everyone's okay, no one got injured.
Priyanka Deo, our correspondent in the US, now joins me live. Priyanka, there's a deep divide clearly over this announcement. There's so many people who enjoy watching that show. What are you hearing?
First, a way the nation is being divided is just the political polarization that has happened. Conservatives see Kimmel's remarks as part of a long-running trend in late-night shows skewing heavily left, targeting conservative figures and amplifying anti-MAGA narratives. They also view the suspension as evidence that conservative voices are underrepresented and vulnerable to bias. Now, liberals, on the other hand, are defending Kimmel as exercising free speech and political commentary, arguing that hosts have a right to criticize and critique public figures, especially in sensitive contexts. Both sides here have a point. The division also stems from how people view the balance between comedy, commentary, and respect for tragedy. Conservatives emphasize that Kimmel weaponized humor for partisan purposes, while others stress that satire has always been politically pointed and should be protected under the right of free speech. This controversy also amplifies skepticism about media objectivity overall. Some see mainstream media networks as enforcing a very left-leaning agenda, while others perceive regulatory pressure as necessary to curb potentially misleading commentary. The other factor here is just the demographics of America. Younger audiences are actually very highly accustomed to highly opinionated late night programming and may see this as very normal, whereas older viewers may feel that shows have abandoned pure comedy for political messaging, which is true whether late night shows lean left or lean right. So this cultural expectation gap feeds further division.
Priyanka, I'm also very keen to understand how is the US media reacting to this piece of news?
Media is definitely reacting to the Kimmel suspension. Outlets like ABC, CBS, and NBC affiliates report the suspension factually, emphasizing the controversy, regulatory comments, and audience reactions. They also focus on statements from ABC, Disney, FCC Chair Brendan Carr, who is a Trump appointee, and Nexstar affiliates. And some news outlets frame this as a free speech debate, while others highlight Kimmel's remarks as insensitive over Charlie Kirk's death. Conservative-leaning outlets are using this incident to criticize and critique late-night hosts for a very left-leaning bias, for corporate overreach, and the chilling effect on political commentary. They argue that this demonstrates a pattern of liberal commentary going unchecked, while conservative viewpoints are often criticized or silenced. That's the root of their argument. Social media platforms like X and Threads have also erupted with debate over this incident. Hashtags criticizing Kimmel trend among conservative voices, while liberal commentators and citizens defend the host's right to satire. The discussion underscores just the broader polarization that has happened online. Some commentators are framing this as a turning point for comedy and media, and I agree with them, highlighting just how far political commentary has overtaken entertainment, pure comedy, just entertainment comedy in late night programming. Others warn that FCC involvement or corporate preemptions create a precedent for self-censorship as well.
Priyanka Deo, thank you for joining us at that late hour from the US. This, of course, is a story that will not die down anytime soon, but it's time now to show you what's going viral. Well, US President Donald Trump at the Guard of Honor at the Windsor Castle. He's visiting the UK right now. He's with King Charles as he began his historic second state visit to the United Kingdom. Some have pointed out that the US President was walking ahead of King Charles at times, which is obviously seen as a bit of a departure from protocol. Bollywood news now. Shah Rukh Khan, Madhuri Dixit, Karan Johar, Alia Bhatt and Kajol were among the several Bollywood celebrities who showed up for the special screening of Aryan Khan's directorial debut, The Bads of Bollywood, on Wednesday in Mumbai. Shah Rukh Khan attended the Sun's debut series premiere with wife Gauri Khan, daughter Suhana and younger son Abram Khan. The Jawan star sported a t-shirt with Bads of Bollywood inscribed on it. An NDTV Yuva's Mumbai edition will be held this Saturday. It's more than just a youth conclave. It's a platform where you get to see change makers, next-gen icons, all in one stage and frame. Here's a sneak peek.
Dreamers, doers and disruptors. The stage where the future meets the present, where the voices of tomorrow speak. NDTV Yuva returns with another power-packed edition. The biggest names in politics, Smriti Irani, KT Ramarao, Supriya Sule, Milind Deora will speak on the politics of young India. The next-gen icons of entertainment and cinema script the new mantra for creative success. Riya Chakravarti is set to talk about her story in her voice on her next chapter. A musical session by Arman Malik will be the event's grand finale. One stage, infinite possibilities. NDTV Yuva 2025, Mumbai chapter, this Saturday. Don't miss it.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है। सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं,